Definitely
Mhm.
a light crowd though, for sure.
Yeah. But feel free to start when you want, Jeff.
Okay. Well, I will start with a thought of the day. Um, just as spring is a season of renewal, growth, and the hard work of planting seeds for the future, the Kiwanis Club of Indianapolis acts as a catalyst for growth in our community. Every service project we undertake, young person that we support, and Indy not-for-profit that we partner with is an act of planting. We're investing in the potential of the Indianapolis community in the next generation. So, as the flowers bloom around us this season, let's be reminded that our engagement with the Indy community is the sunshine and water that helps our community thrive, as we have for over 110 years. Let's head into the back half of this administrative year ready to nurture um, those seeds of kindness and action.
Well said.
Also, today is World Autism Awareness Day. This year's theme is celebrating differences. Autism exists in every corner of the world and every kind of family, but understanding that's still missing in far too many places. Too many children are labeled as bad, defiant, or attention seeking instead of being understood. Too many parents are still fighting to be heard, still having to explain, still having to advocate. We don't just need people to know autism exists, we need them to understand it. And because we choose understanding, we choose everything. Those are our thoughts for the day. If anyone is interested in serving on the board, please reach out to me. The board meets for about an hour and 15 minutes every other month to discuss programming and set priorities. Great opportunity to influence the services we do provide to the community and the partners, not-for-profit partners that we pair with. Um, I will be stepping into the past president's role on October 1st. And of course, Wendy will serve as president. We do have one opening. You can find all the upcoming dates under the events section of our website. Save the third Thursday monthly on your calendars now for our Columbia Club in-person meeting in 2 weeks. Thursday, April 16th, we will have lunch with new 500 Festival CEO Dave Neff. We are inviting other clubs in the Indianapolis area to join for this meeting, so I imagine we're going to have a big crowd. I unfortunately am unable to support that meeting on the 16th because our board is in town and I'm in the middle of committee meetings. Wendy is going to chair that meeting. Next week, April 9th, we will not have a meeting. Instead, on Sunday afternoon, April 12th, we'll be presenting the Outstanding Female Athlete Award and a $2,500 scholarship to Aubrey Hall from Perry Meridian, who plans to attend Franklin College. Steve, do you have any more information on that?
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I'm just going to read what we're going to present at the IHSA Impact Awards about Aubrey. So Aubrey was selected from a finalist group. Quite honestly, being on that selection committee, I had selected somebody else first, and Trina convinced me that Aubrey was the right, well-rounded athlete for this. Aubrey is from Perry Meridian High School. She's been a leader on the Falcons basketball, soccer, and track teams. She plays with intensity and intelligence, understanding not only her role, but how to elevate the team performance. She is humble in victory, resilient in defeat, and always leads by example. During her sophomore and junior seasons, she faced ankle, shoulder, and knee injuries that impacted her time on the soccer field, basketball court, and ended her track career. Aubrey's discipline and resolve grew with each setback, and she earned 8 varsity letters. Aubrey shows up, steps up when there is a need, and encourages others to join her. She is the one that teammates go to for help. She gives rides when it is out of their way. She listens when younger players need direction, She led the Falcons to 8 more wins than the previous year, but what she did off the basketball court will leave a legacy and a model for next year's seniors. Academically, she's just as impressive with a 4.4 GPA. She manages her time with discipline and consistently maintains strong performance in the classroom. Her ability to balance athletics and academics speaks volumes about her sense of responsibility and determination. Aubrey does everything she can to help others in the community. She's a 4-year member of Best Buddies, is a driving force with Perry Meridian National Honor Society, and leads fifth graders in the Falcon Leadership Opportunity Through Service program, FLOTS. She volunteers at the Impact Center Food Pantry and spent her 2-week fall break on a mission trip to Guatemala. She's a natural leader and a relentless competitor and a kind, respectful individual. So Aubrey is who will be receiving our Female Athlete of the Year award at the IHSAA Impact Awards this Sunday. We have a great partnership with the IHSAA, and of course, 3 of the IHSAA leadership are members of our club. We're thankful for that partnership, which really spans from Chuck Cotterman's football program in December through this program in late April, but also includes boys basketball, girls basketball, and quick plug for the scholarship committee. When we throw in the Abe Lincoln Awards and there's one other, the East Scholarship Program that comprise all of our scholarships. We have a scholarship committee that's kind of rethinking the purpose of our scholarships. As an example, at the end of our basketball program last week, our top scholar approached me afterwards and said, I've received this scholarship, and he was very thankful. But 6'6", probably 340-pound kid, he said, I'm getting this award for basketball, but I've received a full ride to Western Michigan, and he also has a 4.5 GPA. So he's saying, what happens to this scholarship money since I'm already paid? And so we talked through that process, but we need to rethink the purpose of some of our scholarships. And I think our scholarship committee is going to get involved in that process, and we'll probably survey school administrators and ADs and get their input. But look for some information about that in the coming weeks and months, and we'll discuss that in an upcoming board meeting as well.
You didn't tell them that we take the money that is not taken and just go out and get liquored up? That wasn't your response?
No, that wasn't. But I will tell you, Jeff, you could see this fellow's wheels turning, because he, in all likelihood, Western Michigan has a track record for sending especially linemen to the NFL. And so you can see this kid's wheels turning, and he's thinking, well, my college is paid for. He's probably already got NIL deals going. And he's thinking, why isn't this money either mine or not used for something else? And he's right.
Yeah.
And so I think we have to think about that.
That's a great question. It's interesting. Just the NIL perspective. That's something that we've never really had to consider before.
Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you. Aubrey Hall sounds like she is beyond worthy of the $2,500 scholarship. So excellent choice. As Steve mentioned, we are thankful for our collaboration with the Indiana High School Athletic Association. As a sponsor, we have a complimentary table if you'd like to attend the IHSAA Impact Awards at Colts Gridiron Hall. Reach out to Steve, and he'll be able to fix you up. So thank you, Steve.
Chef.
Our next Zoom meeting is May 14th. We'll have Carolyn Alvey who led the task force to create the Amber Alert in 1996, along with Megan Tomlinson, who helped organize the Haley's Law petition. You might have read the governor signed I think yesterday, two new laws aimed at protecting children online. Roger, as always, lunch bunch at Iozo's.
Talking about liquor and food. The fourth Monday of each month right now, we are meeting at Iozo's Garden of Italy on South Meridian Street from 11:30 till 1 o'clock. Everybody's invited. Even our guests and our speakers are more than welcome to join us. It's just a great social time. We may try, a few of our members play golf during the summer on Mondays and other meetings on Tuesdays. So we're talking about trying maybe a Friday, see how that goes for people. Can you do that, Jeff?
I could.
Okay.
Yep. I sure could.
So after April, we may go into to Fridays and see how it works. So thanks for everybody for coming and come and join.
As I will always say, Iozo's is delicious. And if you haven't been to Iozo's, it's on the south side of the city. Well worth your time. And I just saw, I forget, I wish I would have remembered what site it was, but some site was like the 5 places in Indy you have to go eat at, and Iozo's was one of them. So,
Roger, are you going to try one of Katie's new restaurants?
Well, there's only one. She's got 2 restaurants of Iozo's, one in Indianapolis, one in Franklin. The new concept she's opening, hopefully near the end of this month, will be called Pronto, and it's an Italian cafe and market. So it's kind of like completely different concept. She's hired a barista, so coffee is a big thing. A lot of paninis, breakfast sandwiches. They're going to open at 7 in the morning. It's in an apartment complex building. They're on the first floor, almost right across the street from Iozo's on Meridian Street. So I'm excited. It's going to be different food. You won't be able to come in and sit down pasta plates and stuff like that. You can come in and get a panini. There'll be prepackaged spaghetti, fettuccine, lasagna in coolers you can buy and take home with you and just warm up. So it's going to be a fun concept. The place is beautiful. I've been in there a few times, obviously, kind of watching what's going on, but I can't wait. We'll let you know. May meet there in May. Thank you. Thanks, Jeff.
is there, I know we've got a light crowd, but is there anyone on the call that has recently delivered checks to any of our Indy not-for-profit partners that they want to share?
I can share. Uh, Actually, Stacy's on the call too, I see. Together, we dropped off the check to Listen to Our Future. And they have services designed for local youth to help them through school and help them with just kind of the extras in life, extracurricular types of things. And they primarily work with volunteers and provide mentorship to the students that they work with. The facility that they have is on East Washington. It's wonderful. Lots of different rooms. They have a library, a resource library, they have a computer lab with way more than just computers. Different types of printers and things that you don't have access to normally. And it's just a very nice place to has a nice cheerful vibe to it. So yeah, that was really nice to get to see their facility. And then she presented a nice presentation about their impact, their work. And so I invited her to come share it with the whole club sometime in the next year and provide an update about the ambassador program that they're working on. Yeah.
Thank you,
Stacy, I
Lou.
don't know if you have anything to add.
I'll take silence as a no.
Sorry, I'm doing a poor job of multitasking as I move from meeting to meeting. But I don't have anything else to add. I was very impressed with the facility, and I understand it's kind of multi-purpose. That there's some individuals that also use it for various functions. So yeah, wonderful library. I think they had some plants there that you can take. I thought that was nice. So or you can donate as well. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Stacy.
How much was the check?
What was that?
How much was the check?
5,000.
5,000?
Great,
Hmm.
great.
One of the microgrants.
All right. Well, with that, I will introduce today's speakers. Joining us today are Scott Osborne and actor Cindy Collins with a No Title Needed show. They tape every Monday at Feinstein's, just miles from my house at the Hotel Carmichael, featuring some familiar guests like Pete Ward and Ashton Gleckman. Cindy is co-founder of the Actors Theater of Indiana, has toured nationally and has many television film credits. We'll let you tell us more about that later, Cindy. Scott is a graduate of the Heron School of Art and Design, has been creating the showcasing art, and showcasing art, the life cycle of a butterfly, a favorite among travelers along the Monon Trail, was designed by Scott. I've seen that. So please, Cindy and Scott, thank you for coming and welcome.
Thanks for having us. Appreciate it. Thanks, Jeff. Let's give you a little give you a quick little background about each of us. Scotty, I'll go first if you don't mind. Just
Right.
thank you. Yeah, like Jeff said, I'm a professional actor. I've been in the business about 36 years now. Grew up in New Jersey. I'm a New Jersey native. My dad was a Kiwanian for 36 years, so I am familiar with Kiwanis, and uh, grew up right outside New York City, and just started performing right out of college, and I've been pretty lucky and pretty fortunate. And in 2005, I moved to Indiana with two other actors from New York to co-found Actors Theater of Indiana, the professional resident theater company at the Center for the Performing Arts in Carmel, Indiana. So here we are, and and I was one of the artistic directors there. And in 2023, I backed away from the company as an artistic director, and to get back full time to my acting career. Um, when you're running a company, I can think you can all imagine there's no time to do anything else but run that company and make sure it stays afloat, especially a not-for-profit, which I know you guys are very familiar with not-for-profits, of course. Um, but yeah, that's it. And Scott's mom, Meg Osborne, uh, who knows Meg here? I was somebody who was just asking about her. Yes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. Hey, um, Meg is the producer of No Title Needed, and she asked me to come on board with Scotty and co-host the podcast, which we do from the beautiful Feinstein's Cabaret at the Hotel Carmichael in Carmel, Indiana. So that's me in a nutshell. And so I'm the performing artist, and Scott is the visual artist, as you can see.
Yeah.
He's at his studio right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, go, Scott, go.
Yeah, so I'm a visual artist. I went to Heron, started as an illustration major. And actually, the real story is I failed 3D art as a freshman and overslept the final, had a great relationship with that teacher, and he wanted to push me. So he failed me, and I'm glad he did. I found out about a whole nother building my junior year while I was at Heron, and it was Eskenazi Fine Arts Center where the sculpting and ceramics are done. Um, had a whole shift, changed my focus, fell in love with ceramics. Then that got me into, the very next semester I took a sculpture class, and it was all uh, down and uphill from there. So I fell in love with it, and had 10 pieces throughout Indianapolis and Carmel, public art pieces. And then I am also a potter. I'm actually in the ceramic studio right now. And I teach out of here. I also, throw in all sorts of, sell that kind of work. And I'm gotten into painting as well. And, but it's more of a sculptural painting. I paint in the round with a drill. So it's a whole different kind of process. And some of the examples are behind me. But yeah, I've been doing this now for 12 years. Well, 14 if you count my early introduction. And kind of just, every day I'm living the dream, coming here and getting to work. And, it's pretty wonderful.
Yeah, I think what makes in talking about our podcast that we have now, No Title Needed, Scott, I think it's a nice combination of the two of us, and I think Scott agrees.
Mhm.
Two of us have a really nice rapport, and even when I'm teasing him and, giving him hell, I'm kidding. But
Yeah.
he's, here I am, the performing artist, here is the visual artist. So we're both artists, but two completely different sides of the spectrum, really, in the art world. So I think it's nice that we both bring, as I'm saying, both artists, but we both bring a different area of the arts to the show. And I think that reflects on the guests because our guests are so eclectic. When you say, Scott, I mean,
Yeah, we have a very wide range.
yeah.
And I think we, between the two of us, really, really have a good understanding on most topics that come our way, which is pretty fun.
Yeah, right. And even if we don't like that you said we had Pete Ward on from the Colts, we
Well,
also
I'm
had
a
Mike.
hard Colts fan, so we had that in common.
Exactly. You're a big Colts fan. I don't watch football. No offense. I love athletics. And I appreciate all athletes in all sports. I'm just not a diehard,
Mhm.
watcher of football. But it was so interesting. And Mike Murphy too from the
Right.
Colts. And Mike is oh my gosh, what
Mhm.
was Mike, the defensive coach,
Defensive coordinator. Yeah.
defensive coordinator for the Colts for like 10 years or something.
Current.
And
Yeah.
he's a great guy. Well, we had him on twice. He was so interesting. So
Having to come back.
we'd love to have him back for a third time. Exactly. So we are so open to all kinds of guests. I think that's what makes the podcast interesting. We're not stuck in any kind of a box. We appreciate anybody who's sitting across that table from us, and it's a very casual show. We sit at the
Yeah.
table at Feinstein's and we chat. There's
Yep.
no script. There's nothing. I don't plan any questions. Scott, you do sometimes, but it's still very natural.
Yeah, and you can often see what the importance, the current importance of the guest actually is, which is because it's a free range. What do you want to talk about? And whether that be your passion, whether what gets you out of bed in the morning, or whether that be your ongoing business project, which you are excessively passionate about. It doesn't, we give that range of the individual kind of dictating how that show is operating at that time. And I think that's special. Each individual gets their own format in a way. But
Yep, that's right. That's true. We don't press anything. We don't tell them what they have to say. We just let them go because it's right. It's their time. It's their time. It's not ours. It's all about the guest.
mhm.
And we try to make them feel very comfortable. And I think Scott, I think everybody does feel really comfortable when they're on the show with us.
Right. It's funny to see them walk in and feel uncomfortable. And then after, 30 minutes of warming up, by the time sitting in the booth, everything is very casual. And
yeah. And our director, Philip Peluso, who, the 3-shot cameras and everything. And Scott, you help set that up with Philip
I got
every
it.
week.
I was set up in camera 2 originally, and then we had another host step away, and I was in the room at the time.
Yeah, right. Well, it's good that you did. But yeah, Philip talks to the guest. He talks to him. He gets them to feel comfortable at first, and then here we come. How are you? Let's sit down. Let's just go.
Mhm.
I don't like to be restricted. I just like it to be natural, and that way the guest just talks about what they feel comfortable about. Like Scotty said, what are you doing right now? What do you have coming up? We like to feature that. Because like I said, it's their time and it's quick. It's a 20-minute altogether podcast. So, right? So we have like a 9-minute section, the sponsor, we have a little sponsor video, and then another 9-minute section, and it's done. And the guest is always like, "Oh, wow, we're fat. We're
Yeah,
that went
halfway.
fast."
All right, we got 9 minutes left. What do you want to hit?
Yeah, right. And I always feel bad. I'm like, oh, we got to wrap it up. And I always feel bad doing that. But Philip keeps us on track. He starts doing his, genuflecting over there on the side behind the camera, doing his aerobics, telling us to wrap it up, speed it up. But we really enjoy it. I really enjoy it every week. It's nice. It's refreshing. And it's just so natural, and that's what I love about it, I mean, anyone here in the Kiwanis Club could be on the show. And everyone has a story, and everyone has something going on in their lives. And we are always open to anyone coming on the show and talking about their life and what they're doing, you know? So,
Yeah.
does anybody have any questions or anything that about the show at all? Or
My first question was, what was the what was going on when you said, you know what, we can't come up with a title, so no title needed. Is that kind of how it was? Like, we can't come up with it, so
yeah, Jeff, you're right.
We
We're
didn't want
kind
to
of
umbrella. We didn't want to get eliminate options too. So it kept us kept it open.
Yeah, it did. We were all kind of like sitting around. We're like, all right, what are we gonna call it? And we're like, no title. I said, no title necessary. Too long. No title necessary. And I just said, well, no title needed, because we don't know. We don't know what
But no title
it's going to be
necessary
on.
was almost it. We all liked the sound of it at the time.
Yeah. And we Scott's right. We kind of didn't want to make it about one thing, because it is kind of eclectic. So yeah, you're right.
Oh, we
That
can't.
was it, basically.
Yeah, but
so it's a show about nothing.
Yeah, and about everything.
And everything.
A
Exactly.
show about nothing and everything. Yes,
Yeah.
that's true. I don't know. I mean, I certainly, Jeff, if you were on the show, I wouldn't say it's about nothing,
Yeah.
But like we said, everyone, you go ahead, Scotty.
They said Seinfeld was a show about nothing, and that did all right.
Yeah, exactly. They did pretty well.
Yeah.
But yeah, like we said, it's important. It's important to feature that person, make them feel, it's important to make that person feel important. And it's important to make them feel what they're doing is important. We've had doctors on, we have had athletes on, we've had entrepreneurs on, we have had actors on, visual artists. We've had documentary filmmakers. The list goes on.
Yeah.
I mean, it really, politicians.
Our makeup artist friend, she had a really interesting story.
Yes, we had Bonnie Clevering on. Bonnie it was a hair design
Oh yeah.
hair designer for so many films. I couldn't even start. Aaron Brockovich,
Mhm.
Any Given Sunday. Uh, she's worked with everyone. Ocean's 11. She's retired now and lives in Carmel. We're very lucky to have her on the show.
Yeah.
People like that,
Uh,
really make it interesting for us.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been a fantastic experience. Just the people you do get to meet and the hands you get to shake has been incredible. That I've loved every part of it.
Well, Mike Murphy brought his ring in.
Yeah.
Brought his Super Bowl ring in.
I almost fit 2 fingers around.
I put it on my leg, but
Yeah.
I think it was. We all took pictures with it. I mean, that kind of stuff is exciting. That kind of stuff is exciting.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
Many of us know Pete Ward with the Colts.
Mhm.
He's not the easiest person to talk to. How did you get him started?
Oh, Pete
We didn't find out at all.
Really?
It was great.
Yeah.
I just said, how did you get involved? You just start, how did this come about? How did you get involved at all with the Colts? He was with them when they were Baltimore Colts.
Right,
He's a
exactly.
young guy.
He's probably the longest tenured person with the Colts.
I think, yes, absolutely. He was just a young guy when he was down there with them. And and it was the head of the Colts then, wasn't it Ursay's father?
Robert.
He said, okay, we're moving, going to Indianapolis. One day they had. He's like, okay, we're going tomorrow. The trucks are coming. We're headed up there. We're changing gears. And Pete's like, so he's like, get your house in order. We're going.
Yeah, that was wild hearing it from his perspective. A story, we've heard a few times, but hearing it from behind the scenes it's a very interesting episode to watch.
I liked Pete a lot.
Yeah.
Cindy, did you do any, and not being a football person, did you do any background research at all before your conversation with them?
This is the information I get. The guest name is given to us in advance, of course, because it's not a live show, so guests are lined up 2 months in advance. And Meg will give us a little snippet about them, who they are,
A
what they're
little
doing.
bio.
That's it. That's all I want to know. I don't want to know anything else. I don't want to know it sounds crazy. The less I know, the better. I want to know it right there on the show.
Our audience is typically on the same page as us. So if we don't, and the times that I have done a lot of research, it's often been 5 years old and they've had a lot more accomplishment they want to talk about. And it's all very personal. So that stuff isn't necessarily online, which is why, going back to what Cindy, I prefer having a little less info on them, knowing where to poke the questions at, but keeping a general open mind, because that's what the audience has as well.
Yeah. It makes it flow more naturally. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. We don't want to make it too, my next question,
I've got a couple of questions.
I'd like to have a few questions loaded before we start.
I just kind of like when they're talking, I'm like, oh, okay. And it just starts flowing, and then I think of something else, and it goes on from there.
And they really respond to that type of.
We have had no problems so far, knock on wood, so far with anyone. They really seem to enjoy it because we've made, like I said, we've all made them feel comfortable.
I've got a couple of questions. This is Roger.
Hey, Roger.
I may have missed it. When did you start the podcast doing those?
Scott?
So we've been doing this one now for about a year and a half. But the whole process we're almost 4 years into production of podcasts in general. So we've gotten some experience along the way.
Okay. Then the next question would be to either one of you or both of you. What was your most memorable and which was your worst? Yes. We don't have to know.
You're putting them on the spot.
My God.
We don't have to know the names.
I will. Well, let me say this. Nobody has been horrible. No one. Some guests, it's a little harder. It's just a little harder sometimes for some guests to pull pull some pull some stuff out of them.
Right.
While other guests are very, talkative and have no problem diving right in and spewing out their life story, right? So
I
you
like to say the less talking we do, the better.
yeah, exactly. That's the less talking we do, the better. And but sometimes you have to coax some things out of them. And sometimes you have to know you'll get the feel of that. So that's a little I wouldn't say a little more difficult, but sometimes it's a little more challenging, right?
Oh yeah.
The most memorable, I mean, I love Mike Murphy.
Yeah.
I
With you,
love
it's
Mike
so
Murphy
fun. Yeah.
because Mike is a character. He's the nicest guy, and I'm from the East Coast. He's from the East Coast. You know, he, he's so interesting. Um, who
He's
God, Scotty? Who? I mean, of course.
yeah, he was a lot of fun to be around, and you can just feel that energy. Those people, you know, you can tell when they walk in a room, and those charismatic kind of people, and he was just obviously very memorable and very charismatic.
Yeah, and sweet, so sweet. And
Yeah,
and Bonnie Clevering was another one because she's in my, here she is in the entertainment industry. And really she's a quite, I mean, hugely successful hair designer. And her stories, my God, her stories are fantastic. And she has a book and continuity. And that's what she was on to talk about her book, which I have and I read, and it's the stories are just from the early days when she was working on Green Acres. I know all of you remember that was like one of her first doing the hair for Ava Gabor
Mhm.
on that. Um, and then she was good friends with Elvis. She's extremely good friends with Julia Roberts. I mean, this woman. So that was I loved that episode myself.
An impressive photo album. It is yeah.
Right. And she's a wonderful, kind, sweet, lovely woman as well, Bonnie is. Just so nice. Those are the two that stick out to me. I enjoy all our guests, I find interest in all of them. But yeah. And
I if there is a more difficult one, it's when the heavier topics come out. It's not necessarily the person, but when the topic gets darker, those are probably because you can't be your same bubbly, responsive self. You got to really, kind of tone it down. You're responding a little bit. In my opinion, that's where
Mhm.
I found any kind of difficulty in the.
Yeah, you're right, Scott. We try to keep it light because um we want everyone to watch the show and not feel, oh, I can't, I don't want to hear that or I don't, so we do try to keep it very God, maybe light is not the right word, but it is a lighter fare. You
inviting.
know?
Inviting, I think, is like,
Yeah,
yeah. I mean,
yeah. Inviting. And sometimes I think every guest though, let me say this, every guest, even if they're talking about something like, all right, we don't get into politics. Let me just tell you that. We don't get into politics at all. But if someone is talking and you know which side their bread is buttered on, um, they're all very, like all have all said it in a way they're very respectful,
right.
you
We're
know?
not someone sharing their political opinion. We just choose.
No.
Yeah.
No, they're
But
just but you guys where they land. But
right.
no one has ever been adamant about anything, and I've never found that.
So
Might be fun.
politicians speak their heart and not their party when they're on your podcast.
Yeah, we have had Carmel City Council members on. Now I know all those people. And right now the city council has some in my opinion, some really wonderful, wonderful council members on it. And they are all very simpatico with each other. They all figure out the problem together.
Yep.
No matter what their party is. There's Republicans and there is one Democrat, Dr. Anita Joshi, who I know and we've had on the show. But they are all very, very they're very aware of working together. And I think they do. The ones I know, and I've known them, they do all kind of, yeah, they do all speak from their heart, actually. All of them
Mhm.
right now.
Yep.
Good, thank you.
Good question.
Yeah.
I kind of had a similar question. You've done 75 episodes now. So if you were going to recommend like a few to start with, which ones would you invite the group to maybe listen to first? Or do you
Michael
just want them
Murphy.
to start with number one and do all 75?
Michael Murphy.
Mike Murphy, P. Ward.
Yeah, I do Mike, I do Bonnie,
Yep.
uh I do Holly Stoltz, a friend of mine. She is a professional performer. Now she runs the educational department or has been at Booth Tarkington Civic Theater. Um, that one's out. So you get a little variety. Um,
Early
I
on, there's some really fun, playful ones too that are.
Yeah, and Scotty, I can't remember. You might remember better than I can, you
Yeah.
know. But I mean, I'd say just do a variety of those people. Oh, there was I'll tell you what was a really good one. The documentary filmmaker who did the documentary about the basketball players who
Uh-huh.
before the NBA was formed, it was the other
Right.
basketball,
Oh,
the other
ABA,
basketball.
American Basketball,
he was
the
cool.
ABA.
Yeah, and he did the
Oh,
whole documentary on those guys that they kind of got a little screwed.
Michael Hussein. Or,
Yes,
yes, Michael Hussein. Yeah.
Michael Hussein. I think that's it. Very interesting, and the documentary is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
Can't believe. I'm normally not the best with names. I'm
man, you pulled that out, Scott. I know because there's been so many. I would have to go back and look myself because sometimes we'll do two in a day and then we'll have four in the can, as we say. We'll have four, and ready to go. Because like I said, it's not live, so they're pre-recorded. And but we do it like it's live, actually. We don't stop. We do it like it's a live, podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Are any other questions for Cindy and Scott? Again, we appreciate you joining us this afternoon.
Great.
We're going to be making a donation in your honor to Pause and Think. Their Pause to Read programs are held at schools and libraries in central Indiana, and they offer young people the opportunity to connect with therapy dogs while practicing their reading skills. So thank you. Thank you
Oh my
again.
gosh, thank you.
No.
That's how great.
That is fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you
Very
very much.
Thank you. And
I,
thank you. Yeah.
I'm quite a dog person, actually. I named my studio Brownhound Studios, and I don't know if you've heard the barking, but that's and she's here with me every day. But that's wonderful. I couldn't think of a better group to give to.
I think it's great. I mean, animals are therapy. I think it's really important.
Well,
They
excellent.
really are.
Glad it's a good match.
Yeah.
Just a
And thank
reminder
you.
to you folks that are with us today, our next in-person meeting is April 16th, 500 Festival CEO Dave Neff. And with that, we are adjourned.
Great.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having me. Yeah. Bye.
So long.